I mean, but really, I mean, some people coming out and saying that it was staged. That's like, oh, it's like, yeah.
They're idiots.
All right.
He had blood gel in his hand. He slapped his ear,
Yeah.
and that's what made yeah.
It was just a really good WWE experience, is what it was.
Yeah, totally fake.
Before we call it quits, we'll listen to the beginning of this, and Walsh is laying out exactly how ridiculous the official story sounds.
All right.
72 hours after an assassin shot and nearly killed Donald Trump in Pennsylvania, here is the official story so far. A random 20-year-old acting completely alone walked within 150 yards of a presidential campaign rally with a rifle, climbed onto a rooftop in full view of Secret Service snipers, set up his shot, and fired without anyone intervening and with no help from anyone. This 20-year-old is also so politically radical as to an attempted assassination, and yet not radical enough to have ever posted any political writings or commentary on any social media site ever in his life. He also wrote no manifesto, left behind no indication about why he did it. Even after authorities gained access to his phone, they say they still have no clue about his motivations. All we're told is that for some reason, he obviously wanted Donald Trump dead. There's just a handful of videos of the shooter circulating, including one in which he makes some weird sexual joke, and one in which he appears briefly in a Black Rock video featuring his high school classroom. Other than that, it's as if he never existed. As far as we can tell, this man's last and only political act before attempting to kill the Republican candidate was to register as a Republican, reportedly. Oh, and apparently there were Trump signs outside of his parents' home, we're now told, where he was living. Watch.
Investigators.
That's enough.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm sure somebody ran down there afterwards and said, put some Trump signs in the front yard.
Yep. Good grief.
And I right before we went live tonight, I saw another video I didn't finish watching yet, but it was somebody talking, and it was saying that this was just bad luck. Nothing was planned. It was just bad luck that we didn't see this guy, and it was bad luck that he was able to walk up on that roof.
Twice. Twice. He walked up onto the roof.
I mean, the guy, if he was really using the rangefinder, he did his homework, man. Look at that.
If that's true, that he walked up there twice, a lot of people need to be fired.
Well, like I said, I don't know if he walked on the roof twice, but he was photographed twice, two separate occasions. And they say they saw him with a rangefinder and they saw him with a gun.
Hey, where's this local police department? What's it called, Butler County?
That's what yeah, it is Butler County.
Butler County, Pennsylvania Police Department, Sheriff's Deputy, I guess the Sheriff's Department.
Yeah, why haven't we heard from him?
What their Facebook page looks like.
Well, that's what I said. Maybe it's not as big a scheme as we suspect it is. Maybe it's just somebody in the local law enforcement that didn't like Trump being there and is like, hey, they don't got much coverage at this building. Maybe you should go check it out. Maybe it was simple as that.
It could be. It very well could be. I mean, I don't put anything past people today. But I don't know how. No, there's no way. There's no way that a local cop could. There's no way, because the Secret Service would have to say, I don't care what you said. We want that roof secured.
You'd think so.
Once again, like I said, Trump probably had the B team. So it was, well, we're really not sure what we're supposed to do, but we're supposed to protect you, so we're just going to look around to make sure nobody's doing anything.
This is what happens with DEI when you hire people based off of their gender as opposed to their qualifications. This is what happens.
Other than
private security team.
Other than his flinch, though, that sniper didn't look like B team. The way he carried himself, other than that flinch, he did not look B team. He looked like he was being withheld.
The guy that ducked behind the roof, he was like R team, like U team or B team.
The guy he sits there and he's behind his optic and then he looks up.
Yeah.
Now, granted, he's not looking off 400 yards because he couldn't see anything 400 yards away. Yeah. Well, it'd be really hard. He looks up like he sees something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes back down to reacquire, and that's when the shots go off. And I think he's kind of like, he may have been the one, because he kind of like, he knew exactly where this guy was. Because
The FBI has identified.
Wait a minute.
Sky News is awesome, by the way.
Sky News.
20 years of age. Identified the
Hold
person
on.
behind the attempted assassination of Donald Trump as 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks.
And everybody was like, don't release his name because we don't really know. Okay, there's the sloped roof.
The sloped roof that they were going to fall off of.
Yeah.
That it was too perilous to put. We couldn't put a sniper up there because they might fall off. It's like, what's he going to do? Just like lay on his belly, start rolling over on the side?
And he would have
They're
to
just standing there. They're not even really leaning.
No.
In the middle there, just kind of standing flat-footed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kind of like huddled around. Wow. That's actually. Oh, so it was him. Did it show it? Oh, yeah, you're right. He goes up to acquire a target. He gets back on. Do you hear him shoot?
Not in this video, I don't think. No.
Yeah, I'd like to count.
Okay, so see that one up there at the very top corner?
This
That's the
one?
one I watched. Yeah, that's the one I watched where he was talking about the snipers had the different range settings, and he went through what the Secret Service dude was actually kind of explaining to him. It was an interesting video. I don't know if I buy all of it. And
No,
this guy's very nonpartisan. You could tell just by listening to him. He was just kind of
look at the slope on that roof right there.
Oh yeah, that's like 3 times as much as the one on the other roof.
Yes.
Whoa, come on now. Why is this guy's gun still got the tags on it like he bought it today and this guy don't?
That's a different picture.
Hey, look at this! I just got my gun.
Now this is it.
So,
I thought
but
the other
look,
guy was dead.
they are wearing police uniforms.
That's what I was saying earlier. At least their armor is police. Yes.
They're like local. They're probably like local SWAT, maybe. I mean, because they're wearing body armor.
Does look like there's a suppressor on that.
SWAT.
Yeah, it could be like a SWAT team, is what I'm betting. 'Cause SWAT
And look
teams
at-
isn't. I don't know much about the police force, but isn't the SWAT team like the more heavily trained?
All right.
for Such
L-
occasions.
Let's put our tinfoil hats on
Scope
again.
he's got on there.
That's what I'm getting ready to say. This is why he had to look over it. If he was so honed in at a rooftop at 200 yards away, he'd have to look over it to see anything in his peripheral.
Yeah, you would. You're right. And like I said, this video, that's what the guy was saying. He was like, these snipers were like 400 yards out and whatever, and
Right.
they couldn't acquire him because he was so close. And he said that was the ground team's responsibility to sweep the area, sweep the roofs, and they were looking for targets outside of that area where they didn't sweep.
Right.
Which would make sense. I mean, that makes
And with
total
that
sense.
scope, with that scope, if he's going from 400 yards to 130, he's
Oh,
going to have to
yeah.
readjust the scope.
Yeah, and that's a heck of a shot.
Yeah.
That is a heck of a
it's
shot.
it's a heck of a shot. It's a great shot. It really is.
But watch him flinch here when the bullets start.
Sniper team fired first. The way I look at the security
Yeah, but look at
measures
him. He's
are that
getting
they're
back on it. Look at
tiered
the
and
dude.
layered
You
approach.
see the other guy? He got down. He actually went down the roof. Watch
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, he got scared.
went-
Absolutely.
He went down the
On acts
roof.
of the counter sniper
That
team.
is not the SWAT team member I want on my team.
Yeah.
He's like, you just start hearing the shots and watch him just crawl down the roof like a little girl. He's like,
Well, he just bought his gun this morning, so I don't.
that's true. Still has a tag on it. Yeah.
Maybe I'm reaching there. Maybe he has to check that stuff out of inventory, and they got tags at the office. I don't know.
That very well could be, yeah.
It could
That's
be.
still
I mean,
funny.
yeah, I don't. Yeah, but
Did you guys see this?
It's a heck of a shot.
Yeah. Is that not
It's an
insane?
absolute heck of a shot.
Do you see
So
that
that's gonna-
a cameraman
that-
caught the bullet?
The Timcast, what's her face was like, that's a Pulitzer Prize winning picture right there.
Yeah.
Like that is it. Like
He
if
caught-
anybody's gonna win.
And he hasn't grabbed his ear or have blood on his fingers yet, which means that's the one that hit his ear.
Yep.
But they're also on there, and they were showing the shell. I don't know if it was a 308 or 223, and they were just like 223, and they were like, well, look how big this is, and you think it just did a little bit of his ear? And it's like, dude, it's the bullet. It's not the casing.
Well, 220. If it is a 223, I've hit pumpkins with 223s, and it'll leave a small
Yes.
hole in the front of it and a little bit bigger hole on the outside. Now, if it was a 308 will blow a pumpkin up.
Yeah.
But a
It's like you
223,
shoot a shotgun from 130 yards away.
yeah, a 223 isn't enough to put a whole size of your pinky in. I mean, it's.
And then
it's
they
not
had another picture that they were circulating, and I think Paul was talking about this. You know, of like, here's a picture of him and his ear's fine, and people are like, that's from 2022.
Yeah.
But here's how evil they are. They'll know it's from 2022.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they do it anyway.
And they don't care.
Nope.
Because they know that these people are out there. And they know they all got to do is, I got to get it up there. And then I'll say, oopsie, I'm so sorry. And then and those people are like, we must kill Trump. We must kill Trump. Well,
Yep. Like I said, I don't. Sympathy is a hard word for that, but it's like I feel because it's like that kid. He just thought he was doing the world a favor. You know?
Yeah.
He really did. He's been taught his entire life that this guy's a dictator and he's going to come in and destroy the United States and all the freedoms you have, and because that's what the news media tells him all the time.
mm-hmm.
Or he was fooled into doing this at the request of, or the promise of something.
Well,
Lee Harvey Oswald. Lee Harvey Oswald.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to watch this.
Between the two.
I'm gonna have to watch this video.
I mean, you know as well as I do. It's a pretty interesting video. You know, if I'm up there on the roof and I'm the one getting ready to do that, I'm looking around at all those other snipers, and I know the second I take a shot, I'm done. You know what I mean? Like, you have to know that. You have to know it is the end when you climb up there.
I think he knew that. My gosh, they got every hillbilly they could possibly find to interview.
I know.
Yeah.
Right? Like, they found
This ginger Billy right here, and they're just like,
As much as
we saw him up there.
Yes.
I ran back to the truck to get some more beer, and he was.
Yeah.
well, did you see
I love
the
them.
other guy that they interviewed?
Man, the flag in the back.
That is the most. That is going to be the picture.
That is an iconic picture.
That's
man.
Is
in
that
history book right there.
is that flag falling because the equipment's dropping it?
No, so that
Okay.
was the one on the other side. I don't know what the other one was holding, but yeah, that's another one there.
Oh, they say the other one had fallen and kind of the wind caught it and it twisted up and it looked like an angel.
I did see that picture, so I don't know. Yeah, I thought it looked like an eagle, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not even. Look at her. She's not even standing up straight.
No.
Well, she's supposed to be like protecting his vital organs, and he's got his big melon sticking out there.
That's like
And
it's
the
Well-
other guys, but the other guys you kind of see. There's actually a couple of guys behind him who are actually putting an arm in front of his face.
yeah.
It's not even justice. So if you watch the guy with the glasses on the far left here, if you go back and watch the whole video, he's actually trying to block Trump's hand. As Trump is waving his hand, the guy is like, "No, just sit still,
Yeah, he's
please."
Like, no, stop.
You know what? But they talked about the agents and that they were slow. They weren't slow.
No, they got up there in a second.
Yeah,
got up there.
they were on top of him.
They were up there super fast.
I like how he doesn't even wipe his face off.
Yeah. He's just like, that's right. I got shot. Deal with it. See, those are the guys right there. Those are the guys you don't want to see.
Yeah.
If
The
you
guys
see
with the
those
ARs.
guys- yeah, when those guys start coming out and you actually see them, you're like, uh-oh. Crap's hitting the fan.
He's got 4 magazines on his
I'm
hip.
coming out there going, everybody down on the
Yeah.
ground now.
Yeah, because he's probably like, although, look, is he SWAT?
He looks
Because-
SWAT.
The other guy was saying that they were some kind of like,
That doesn't. That's not the
there.
SWAT logo there.
no,
Those
he's
aren't-
some
I
kind
don't
of.
think those. Yeah, they're not
I
Delta
bet he's-
guys.
Yeah, I don't know what he is, but
Delta guy would
he's-
have a beard halfway down his chest.
that's true.
I know a few of them.
They were up there at no time, man.
Yeah. That's
Well,
what I'm
they're
saying.
around the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But
where's
yeah,
the
this was
shooter?
Shooter's right here at the dot.
Yeah, the guy. Oh man.
On that so extremely pitched roof.
Yeah. Look at this roof.
Yeah. It's like, what? That doesn't make any sense. Oh my
You've
God.
got to be freaking kidding me. You've
Yeah.
got to be kidding me.
If that is the official excuse,
That roof
it's a
is
setup.
flat.
It's a
Let's see.
setup. If that's the official excuse, it's a setup. That's all.
And the
Yeah,
trees are
100%.
not in the way of where he was. Now that we know he was over here.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the snipers, look, the snipers have a clear FOV right toward him.
Yep.
Yes. If what and like I said, you need to watch this guy's video, but he like I said, he describes it as, man, you know, they're so far out that they couldn't see. Now, and that would make sense if you're sighted in for 400 or 500 yards and you're looking over top of that building next to it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
So you're not seeing him through the scope, and that's where I think that the SWAT guy, he peeks up and
Peeked
over, the
over,
rifle and
yep.
comes back down, is to you know,
What am
get
I
the
seeing?
target. He's thinking, okay, what's going on? So maybe he didn't know the guy was there.
Yeah, I mean, if he was scoped for 300 or 400, and this guy's sitting at 150, it's completely out of focus. Yeah, he's not seeing
Oh
it.
yeah, he's not gonna see him.
And I have even
don't know
more
that,
respect
though.
of him if he hit the shot after that.
That's
Yeah.
that guy. Trump needs to hire him. It's like you find that guy and you hire him.
I don't know if we'll ever get his name.
My 223 is sighted at like 150 yards, and if I had to come in at 50 yards on the scope, that'd be a tricky shot. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
Yeah.
Because you know you're sighted, you'd have to know the difference there.
And it's Pennsylvania. It's flat like Poseyville. You know the wind is howling. This is a farm show. It's flat out there.
Yeah, it looks like farm buildings. Matter of fact, right there.
Yeah,
It's a fairgrounds. Yeah.
I'm just serious. That shot is, you can sit out there with somebody for a weekend, and they can make that shot.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's not.
yeah. And the time he had too.
But he didn't sit
I
out
mean,
there
it's
for a
not-
weekend. He just walked in there and set up shop.
But I mean, the thing is, it's like, okay, well, you know, if the dude was rushed and he got up there and had to get a shot off before he got shot, that's one thing. But the dude had, what, 2 minutes that he was up there with his gun, or assembling the gun, or whatever was going
Well,
on.
2 minutes from the time somebody noticed him. Yeah.
So
From
how
the
long
time
did he
somebody
have-
noticed him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how long did he have to actually get target acquisition? I mean, probably a pretty long time. A lot longer than what that counter sniper had. That counter sniper got him. It is cool. Like I said, this is a neat video. You need to watch it. The guy's very fence righty. Like I said, he calls it kind of just how he sees it. It was interesting.
That building, the barn that the counter sniper's on, is at least 50% taller than they saw over that crown. They saw over the crown of that building easily.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how he was able to get it.
It just doesn't. I mean, if it's me and Mike up there, we're like,
Yeah.
hey, there's some dude crawling in that building over there.
It's like, we
He's
probably
not
ought
crawling.
shoot
to be
that
there.
guy. Yeah. Why is he crawling? Why isn't he just standing up watching?
Yeah, he's
Oh,
crawling
look.
on the building.
Oh, look, the sun's out. I see a glimmer off of a.
But can,
object that he's
can
holding.
you imagine if some factory worker was at a Biden press conference like this, and he decided he wanted to go up to the roof and take a peek? What do you think's going to happen to him?
I'm telling you, back in 2000, whatever it was, 14, whatever it was, when Obama come to town, he flew into the local airport, and he was driving down the U.S. highway. My buddy, who worked at a place over there, I won't mention any names, but he worked at one of the buildings over there. He said, like 3 or 4 hours before the arrival of Obama, that they came in, 3 guys came in suits, went around the building, kicked everybody off the top floor of the building, like even if they were working or not, kicked them off the top floor and got up on the roof, searched the roof, and left one guy there and came down. Now, this is a president who flew in and was driving down the highway in an armored vehicle.
Yeah.
And they went to every single place along the highway and cleared the roofs. You're telling me that is acceptable? I'm not buying it.
That's a good
I'm
story.
not buying it.
I mean, seeing this, and like I said at the very beginning, just come out and say we screwed up.
Yes.
We screwed up. Don't make excuses.
Yeah, don't say the roof is too steep.
understat.
Sit there and go, you guys are armchair quarterbacks, and and it's like, dude, I could pull a bunch of good old boys together, and they could do security and say, this is what we need to watch right here.
Well, it's not like they have to watch an insane number of people. There's like 5 people in rotation in the country right now that need this level of protection. We can't keep 5 people safe.
Yeah.
And I will say, okay, if it's the same Secret Service that's with him every time, whatnot, do you think maybe they got a little lax? Because it's like he does a lot of rallies, he goes a lot of places. Maybe they just got a little lax, they let the guard down a little bit.
Then again, the counter sniper wearing a police vest looks like he's local, probably.
That's what they look like SWAT is what they look like to me. I don't know if that's the case, but
I don't understand why you're covering him from the back. Why don't you have guys who are east and west?
Well, we should have had somebody on the roof that the shooter was on. That's the most simple answer.
Absolutely.
100%. Because that roof right there, the guy's he's got clear access to everybody. He's got clear FOV everybody out there.
In fact, we should have been right here on the taller building, right here.
Yes.
Yeah. But they picked that spot because it's the most elevated spot out on the fairground.
Yeah.
And then they say they can't see that guy because of the roof pitch.
Yeah. Lies.
No, they say they can't get on that building because the roof's pitched. Remember, they can't hang out there.
They can't get on it.
You watch. You watch, and you see if any of these cops in the next few weeks commit arcanicide.
Yep.
Then you'll know something's up.
Yep.
That's what happened. After January the 6th, all these officers started dying. And see if it's going to happen here.
And then, do they get to blame it on Trump supporters then?
The stress, and the death threats, and all that stuff. Like none.
No, retaliating against local law enforcement that couldn't protect their king.
No, they're not going to do that. They're not going to do it. It won't happen.
No, we're not going to do that.
I'll question that too.
No,
not going to happen.
It's not. We're not going to do that. That's the story we'll hear.